We use words, they use bullets. Mr. President, I implore you, call for a civil war. Call for a civil war and let us do our thing. Let us go door to door, street by street, and clean this country.
In the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination, one Maga genius, a TikToker that goes by the name Lukewarm No More, thought he was going to start a movement by saying this.
We use words, they use bullets. Mr. President, I implore you, call for a civil war. Call for a civil war and let us do our thing. Let us go door to door, street by street, and clean this country.
And it went viral and backfired big time.
You know, I fucked up. I shouldn't have never posted it. I don't want a civil war. You know, now I have to pay for the fucking consequences. But I'm going to post this video. I'm going to leave it up. I'll make it public, whatever. It's not going to change anything. You know, the damage is done. You know, the only thing I give a fuck about are my kids, and I'm losing them. I'm not going to fucking be able to see them for I don't know how long. I woke up today to thousands of views and likes on my last video. So keeping with the traction, let's try to get this video in front of Donald Trump, in front of President Trump, excuse me. Sir, you took the same oath as millions of veterans in this country, over 13 million veterans in this country, most of whom are conservative. We took the same oath to defend our country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. These leftists are our enemies. This is no longer left versus right. This is good versus evil. You have, give or take, 3 years left. If you call for a civil war, the conservative veterans in this country will take our country back from the evil left, Nazis, who have destroyed our country.
He was basically calling on the President of the United States to declare civil war on the enemies within. He proceeded by declaring that the left are Nazis, which doesn't make sense because by definition, Nazis have a fascist right-wing agenda. We are yet to understand who the enemies within are that he is talking about. So maybe he will explain further.
Who mutilate our children, who rape our children, who coddle pedophiles. They don't even call them pedophiles anymore. They're minor attracted persons.
Oh, so he wants to go to war against pedos and the people who abuse kids. So this is one of those imaginary grievances from Maga that is supposed to sound noble, and it's used to demonize the other side to justify violence. But there's one party that is protecting pedos, and we all know who the party is. It's the Republican Party and Maga. The president that he's calling to declare war on his fellow citizens is the same president that has been protecting pedos and preventing Congress from releasing the Epstein list. The Trump administration has fought attempts to release the Epstein file, and his excuse is that it would destroy many lives. What about the lives of the kids? What about the lives of the victims? What about the life of the recent victim that unalived herself? And many more. He doesn't care about it. So if this MAGA genius here was smart enough and not living in a vacuum where there's no light to shine on his ignorance, he would know that the only person that is protecting pedos is Donald Trump. And there are several reports that makes it obvious that Trump himself is on the list. So let's just allow this delusional person to continue.
This is good versus evil, Mr. President. We will follow you. We will take this country back. And what we start here will echo around the world. Italy, Germany, Ireland, France, UK, Poland, Hungary. Everybody's tired of it. Everybody's tired of this leftist, woke bullshit that is ruining our countries. We use words, they use bullets. Mr. President, I implore you, call for a civil war. Call for a civil war and let us do our thing. Let us go door to door, street by street, and clean this country.
Aha, we are getting somewhere. Now we know who the real enemies are, the woke people, whatever that means. So he wants to go door to door, street to assassinate woke people. And he does not only want this in America, he wants it in Europe as well. He was very specific. He mentioned Italy, Ireland, France, the UK, Poland, Hungary. I'm sure if you show him a map of Europe, he wouldn't even be able to identify those countries because some of these countries he mentioned are run by left wing governments and they loathe Trump, they loathe him. And this notion that only right wingers have weapons and that left wingers would just gladly surrender themselves to die for being woke is just crazy. I wonder if he's aware that left wing also have the Second Amendment rights as well. He even claimed that right wingers use words, while left wingers use bullets. Factually, most political assassination, even this year, were carried out by right wingers. Even the alleged assassin of Charlie Kirk was raised in a Maga household. His grandmother famously came out and said that the whole family is Maga.
Please, if you're watching this, you share the same sentiment, send it to Donald Trump, share it on your page, whatever. Get this message out there. This is not a joke. I'm a peaceful man. Time for peace is over. I'm willing to fight and I'm willing to die. We are all Charlie Kirk.
Well, he called on the internet to share the video. And as you know, the internet is undefeated. So it did. And he did not like the response he got.
The other day, when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I lost it. I was extremely emotional. I let social media and my emotions get the better of me, and I made a video talking about civil war. I posted a video the next day asking the president to call for civil war. A few hours later, I took the videos down. You know, I talked to friends and, you know, they, you know, I fucked up. I shouldn't have never posted it. I don't want a civil war. You know, I have friends on both sides. I've been doxxed online now. I'm having to send my family away. I'm losing my family over this.
In his next video, not only did he lose the MAGA hat, he lost his family as well. Now he is admitting that his family and friends are woke as well because he said he has family and friends on both sides. So he was going to go door to door to assassinate his own family and friends for the crime of being woke. But instead of Donald Trump getting the video as he wanted, Child Protective Services got to it first.
You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I posted that shit. I'm sorry I let my emotions get the better of me. I'm a grown man. I shouldn't have fucking done that. Now I have to pay for the fucking consequences. But I'm going to post this video. I'm going to leave it up. I'll make it public, whatever. It's not going to change anything. You know, the damage is done. You know, the only thing I give a fuck about are my kids, and I'm losing them. I'm not going to fucking be able to see them for I don't know how long.
So he deleted all his videos on TikTok and changed his status to entertainment purposes only. For someone who claimed he was ready to die for civil war, you would think he would have his house in order, that he would not care about losing his kids or worry about them starving in an apocalyptic America, like one of those zombie movies. Because civil war is not a vacation. It's not a 1 day, 2 day affair where you assassinate your neighbor and then the next day you take your kids to soccer practice. That's not how it works. But he wouldn't know that because most of these MAGA people live in a fake reality where their lives have become so miserable because of hardship brought by economic policies of politicians, greedy politicians that has sold out to corporations and private interest groups. And when you have a skillful demagogue like Trump that is able to shift the blame on minorities and distressed communities, people like this guy propagate in society. Now he's finding out the hard way. He cannot live without his kids for a couple of days, yet he was ready to start a civil war.
You know, sending them to, yeah,
And to make matters worse, he almost stood the internet where his kids are going. That's how smart this guy is.
you know, sending them far away. And I'm, I feel stupid. I feel like a fucking moron. I am a moron for doing this. I'm a grown man. I shouldn't have let my emotions get the better of me like that. But seeing the Charlie Kirk memorials kicked over and the things said about him and t-shirts being made, and I lost it, dude. I lost it. I got way over emotional, and I posted a video while I was emotional. You know, I'm sure you've seen the video. You could tell that I was pissed, which isn't an excuse. Not making an excuse. You know, but my kids are being threatened, and it's my fault. Nobody else is my fucking fault. I mean, I should never threaten people's kids, but at the same time, I don't get to choose how people react to my words. And, you know, I apologize. I don't want a civil war. And also the people.
So what happened is he posted a video calling for civil war against woke people. Said he wanted to go door to door to murder people. And then he put it on the internet and encouraged people to spread it so the president would hear it. Well, the crazies heard it and they responded by sending threats to him and his family. And I guess his baby mama or wife or girlfriend called CPS, Child Protective Services, and they took his kids away from him. Now he's trying to play the victim by saying that you can threaten people's children when you wanted to go door to door to murder people's kids for the so-called crime of being woke. Well, this is Maga for you in a nutshell. Let me know what you think about this guy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next one.